Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Ash and today I'm gonna give you a quick guide on how to play with the Survivors. So basically all of you have some of the knowledge when playing the Survivor, but what are really the good tips and tricks and the advices that I can give you? Well, first off, let's start with the generators. Whenever you have a skill check with the generator, try to get the great skill check, as it will increase the time when you are actually getting the generator up. And if you actually manage to screw up the skill check and blow up the generator, the first thing that you should be doing is hiding, because the killer is most likely coming to get you. But whatever you do, do not sprint. Whatever you do, do not sprint, because it will leave the marks or the footprints or like the red tracks on the ground, and the killer will easily find you. So whatever you do, do not run, and just try to go away from the generator a bit and just hide behind some tree or a rock or whatever objects there are. Now, of course, hiding is not really hard, but how do you hide properly? Well, the first thing that you should do when hiding is pay attention to the killer, because if you do expose yourself even a bit, he will see you. So try to move as he moves around the generator or whatever place you are hiding, and just stay crouched the whole time, as that will reduce your appearance to him and he will not be able to see you that easily. Now, of course, sometimes you might want to hide in lockers too, because lockers are pretty neat spots that killer do not usually look in. But when do you actually hide in lockers? Well, you do that when you're not wounded, because whenever you're wounded, you're pretty much moaning a lot, and the killer will have an easy time distinguishing the moaning and just pretty much catch you easily in the lockers. So whatever you do, do not run towards the locker, because he will see the marks that you leave, and do not be wounded when going into one of the lockers. Next thing I want to talk about is the saving of your teammates or the other survivors. So pretty much if you see the killer is not close around or there is no heartbeat, try every time to just save your teammate from the hook, because that will increase your odds pretty much. But if you see the killer is actually camping the survivor that is on hook, this is just a friendly advisor to just leave the survivor that is on the hook, because there is absolutely no way to get him out, as you would probably get hurt in the way, and pretty much you wouldn't be able to get him off the hook. So the smart idea is to just go and start up the other generators, as it maybe will make him panic and go towards the generators that have been started, and you might get a possibility of saving the teammate even though he's on the brink of death. Next thing I want to talk about is juking the killer. So how do you pretty much juke a killer efficiently? Well, depending on what killer he is, and it probably sometimes doesn't even matter what killer he is, if you can get towards some infinite juke spots where basically they can't hunt you down, and if you can make them waste time, the other survivors can pretty much start all of the generators, and in the end you will probably make it out, as he would try to hunt down the other players after seeing that he has lost a lot of time and they have managed to start up the other generators. Also, where is good to juke a killer is around in a circle around some kind of a car or an object, because basically killers lose speed whenever they go around close the objects, and you do not lose the speed as much. So you can juke them for some certain amount of time, but after that time is gone, you pretty much need to use all the pallets in order to stun the killer or just make an escape. Also, what a smart idea is to actually use the flashlight. Not a lot of people are using the flashlights, but if you have add-ons for flashlights, they're pretty much an OP weapon versus a wraith that is in invisibility, as it will stun the wraith for a really long amount of time. Also, it is good to use the flashlight whenever a killer is carrying a survivor on his back, as it will stun him and make him drop the survivor that he has been carrying, so you would have a chance to actually save your teammate. Also, sometimes it is even a smart idea if you're playing with friends, like 2 or 3 friends, and one of your friends get actually on the hook. What one of you can do is actually make a distraction for the killer, as he'll probably start chasing you because he thinks that you want to save your friend. What the third friend of yours will be doing is actually saving your friend that is on the hook. So if you're playing with friends, it is much easier, as the cooperation, everything makes the game just easier versus the killer. So yeah, that was pretty much it for today, guys. A lot of tips and tricks and all the advices on the survivors. It all depends, of course, what kind of perks you play, but I'll be discussing the perks in the next video, so I'll hope you'll watch that too. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Leave the comment down below if you have to comment about something, and subscribe to the channel. Have fun playing Dead by Daylight, and see you next time. Goodbye.